Hello everyone, in the workshop today we've got a 2003 Peugeot Partner. This car is older than I am. Fun fact. It's come in for an airbag fault. It originally had a code in for the driver's clock spring, so we replaced that and it was all good for that one code, but there is a couple more in there. It's looking like a bit of an involved job, so we've decided to record it now. Let's go over to the scanner and I'll show you what codes we've got and I'll explain why it's looking a bit more involved. So over at the scanner, these are the codes that are worrying. We originally had driver's airbag, put a new comms unit in it. That one is all done and dusted, but we've got a van fault in there, passenger airbag deactivation, and then this just a generic code. So these airbag systems run on van, which is a bit like CAN bus, a little bit of a different system. It's just a different communication line. So what we need to do is get a diagram up, see where our van lines run to, and we need to start doing some testing, find out what we've got, if we've got good signal, if we've got good communication, if we've got nothing at all, it will point us in some which of a direction. So let's get into it. Let's get a diagram up on the computer. Right, hello everyone, at the diagram now, just explain what we've got going on. Here we've got our underbonnet fuse box, and here is our airbag module. We've got our two van lines coming here. So what I'm going to do is go straight to the SRS module and see what we've got on these here with our power probe, see what kind of a graph we've got going on. Right, so we are in and amongst it now. We are working with the SRS module. So we've got our two pins we need to test, this red one here and this white one here. These are our van lines. So I've got it up on the graph mode. Let's have a look what we got. So on this red one we got quite a consistent graph on there. It's nice. So we know we've got good continuity on this one. Let's go to this white one. Can you see the difference in graphs on that? Very, very sporadic. Nothing like what we got on the red one. We've got a constant, nice graph on there. So let's go back up to the diagram quickly and I'll explain what we're going to do. So here we are at the diagram. I have found a better diagram. Just this is solely for our van lines. So what we know is we've got on pin 30 quite a good consistent graph, and on pin 33 it's very sporadic, nothing consistent about it. So we know we do have an issue on this wire here, which is our white one. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our multimeter out and we're going to find it. This is the BSI and that is the underbonnet fuse box. We're going to beep our wire through to BSI, make sure it's all good, because we know that, well, we basically know that from the BSI to the SRS module, it's good. So we're going to find it on this one, make sure it, and prove that. So we're not guessing, we are testing it. And then what we're going to do is go from our BSI to our underbonnet and beep it through here, see what it's like. So I'm going to find it on the BSI and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute so we can run our test. Here we are guys, we're set up with our multimeter. This is our plug. And we've just got to listen out for the beeping. There we go. That's for one of them. Let's just switch it over for the red one. Here we go. And there we go. Both of them have beeped through. So now what I've got to do is beep through from the BSI to the underbonnet and make sure they're both good. So I'm going to set that up and I'll show you it in a minute. Right everyone, so just back at the diagram quickly, explain what we're doing. So we've beeped between the SRS module and the BSI, we know that's good. What we now need to do is go from the BSI to the underbonnet fuse box. And we're looking at these two pins on the BSI, so it's plug C and this plug D on the underbonnet. So I'm going to set up a test quickly so we can beep them through, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. So just quickly guys, I'm going to show you what we've got going on. We've got our multimeter set up here. I've got my long test lead going all the way to the BSI. I've got one of the pins back probed. This is the white wire. So let's turn on the multimeter and give it a test. So we're looking at this white wire here on the plug, one on the end. And as you can hear on the multimeter, it's all good. So what we now need to do is test this red wire here on this plug. So I'm going to go set it up quickly and we'll beep it through. Right, so I've just changed the leads round on the BSI. So we are now testing this red wire here, pin 1. And we've got nothing. So that means we've got a broken or corroded wire between the underbonnet fuse box and the BSI. Great. Just need to trace it now. We need to find out, see if we've got any information as to where the wiring runs, how it gets from the underbonnet fuse box into the car, whether it's passenger side, driver's side, all the way waving through the engine bay. We don't know yet. So I'm going to go have a look, see if we've got any information on it, and we're going to start tracing this wire. So coming in here, we've found out that it does run from the underbonnet fuse box to under the scuttle panel. So I've pulled off, it's a 2-piece scuttle panel, so I've pulled off the easy piece and beeped it through to about here. So it comes from this plug down, it goes all the way under, and it comes up to here. We can beep it through to this point here. No, it's not beeping, but it is. It's fine to there. So what I'm going to do now is strip that part of the scuttle panel off, go into that corner, see what we've got, and then if it doesn't beep, we know we've got an issue between there, and this bit of scuttle, and if it does beep, we know we're going to have an issue from that corner down to the BSI. So I'm going to get that stripped down and test it. So just set up the beep test on the other side of the scuttle. There we go. There's our wire down there, and I'll look at the multimeter. It's not beeping. Even if it doesn't beep, it will give us a reading. Sometimes the beeper does play up, but we've got absolutely nothing. That tells us our break in the wire is between that point there and that point there, in this little bit here, which I'm internally grateful for because I really didn't want it to be down there with the creepy crawlies. So let's go find it. It's literally there or there. I'm going to go find it and I'll catch up with you in a second. And we've found it, guys. Here we go. That is it. The wire isn't even actually broken, it's just nicked, and the corrosion has just pretty much eaten away the inside of the wire. So what I've done is I've beep tested it here just to make sure, and I've tried to beep it up here and it's having none of it. So it's as simple as that. I'm going to do a quick repair on that. We're going to plug the scanner in, plug everything back together, make sure them codes clear. So I'm going to catch up with you in a minute. Right everyone, so we've done our repair. Down there, our repair's all done. Just going to show you, I've already given it a scan to make sure. But there we go. No airbag light anymore. It's all good. So I'm going to put the bay back together, put the scuttle all back on, screw that wiring down, make sure it's all taped up nice so it's not going to happen again. Put the inside back together. Obviously we haven't fully put it back together from when we fitted the new comms unit in it. Put the centre console back away, and yeah, I'm going to catch up with you guys in a minute once the car's ready to go back. See ya. Right, there you go guys. There's another one in the books. Bit of a weird one. We weren't initially going to film it because when we first pulled it in the workshop, it was just looking like a comms unit. But then we had the fun task of tracing a CAN wire all the way through the car, under the scuttle. It was actually quite a nice little job. I do like a job like that. And there we go, it's all done, it's all good. No light, no codes, everything's splendid. So, like usual guys, give us a little like, a little comment, let us know how we did, anything we could have improved on, let us know. And I'll catch up with you guys next time. See you later.